So once again, we had another opportunity to celebrate with the monks out at the temple where we did the pizza day. Noon informed us that they were having another day of celebration. There was some merit. So on this day, we decided to make peanut butter cookies because that's something they don't see a lot of here. And off we went. Now, but we didn't really know is what were we celebrating. And so it turns out that January 18th is Armed Forces Day. And one of the key factors of the celebrations of that day is King Naresuan, or Naresuan the Great. He was the one that did battle against Burma back in 1555 and took control of Thailand's destiny. So he's a pretty famous king, well revered. This is a statue of the great king that we've been to in Ayutthaya a few times and showed different people. And coming up, just another statue, and they're all over Thailand, just commemorating the great victory in battle over Thailand and getting Thailand's freedom back. All of the slides that have just gone by are typically showing some of the great battle portrayals of when he conquered Burma. But these last two slides, this is our paintings taken off wall murals. I think from Ayutthaya, I know for sure that the upcoming one here, this one here of his funeral procession, was taken off of the walls at Ayutthaya, which used to be Thailand's capital. Now it's over in Bangkok. But I just thought I'd throw some of this in to give an idea of who this guy was and how much he's revered over here. And so this is us arriving at the thing. So the next slide will be me showing you on the edge of where the celebrations are. The local villagers are just starting to start cooking the meals and stuff like that. So let's go. So this is a fresh rinsed pot of rice that's about to be cooked. And I mean, they were cooking some really large volumes. Like we didn't know what to expect when we first got there. But I would say roughly a couple hundred people were gathered and were fed from various people. Even Noon brought a bunch of stuff. She made a papaya salad, which is a pretty popular thing. So I'm walking around. This is some chicken that's getting ready to be cooked for soup. And like you can see, the size of these pots are pretty large. The next slide here. I'm not sure what this is going to be used for, but obviously it's a fairly large wok, and they're cooking a bunch of garlic and oil. It just smelled absolutely fabulous. I could have spent more time here, but Noon was saying, hey, we had to go get seated and stuff. So. And then here's all of the condiments that are going to get applied later on, like when you go get a bowl of soup or stir fry, they'll sprinkle that on, or you can sprinkle your own stuff on. So pretty cool. I come back here with the camera later on and do a little more picture. So we've just left the cooking area and are now coming into where we are. This is the table where all of the food will be set up and presented. Eventually, young monks will come and gather food and take it over to the senior monks. And this is just me doing a kind of panoramic scan around the area. Interesting little bit of an instrument here. I've never seen anything quite like this. This guy over here on the left, it's kind of like, well, you'll see it. I've got pictures of it. And these are some traditional dancers. I had an opportunity to take a little still shot of them. And here comes the guy with... it's kind of like little mini gongs with certain notes, and it's played like a marimba or something like that. And now we're just kind of settling in and letting the services take place. We don't really know what's going on here, but, you know, we're just kind of taking it all in, and this is me wandering around, you know, taking pictures of the guys doing their thing and stuff like that. So this piece of video shows folks coming up from the crowd, like in the, under a tent and that, and then they're offering merit directly to the master monk. So this is monks chanting prayers and people following along, and we're just observing the process as it happens in front of us. This is a memorial of the great king with his brother and sister on either side of him. It's always interesting when you partake in these events in different cultures because, you know, we don't know what's going on. We definitely can't understand what's being said. But whatever is happening here, he is making a definitive point. And I think the next one, the audio in which he's saying what he's got to say just keeps ramping up, and it's just fascinating to me. So I didn't know it at the time, but the monk that's sitting in that chair there, and the guy is bringing him a coffee, was a very senior monk from a different place that arrived for this event. Like I said before, this is an example of one of the younger monks that's preparing a coffee or a tea that's going to be taken over to a senior monk. And there was a number of them around. I sat with them over in that fence area and chatted with a local fellow over there, and they were bringing them teas and coffee. So this is that other section of the prayers I said where whatever he's saying, it starts to ramp up in volume, and it's quite decisive what's being said. And I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you'll hear it in the background ramping up, and then we'll just call it a day. But it certainly was powerful anyhow. So right around here, I have to put the camera down because the master monk is coming over to share some words, and every time he comes to me, I got to stop and listen to what he says. I love this guy, man. There's such a peace and serenity around him. So there he is, up there on the chair, just taking some time, enjoying some coffee. So some of the ceremonies have started to wind down, and this is just me walking around and taking still shots of people and objects. And, you know, here's the young monks bringing coffee, and I sat and chatted with them a little bit. So back on the food side. All the cooking's done. Green curry.
อร่อยมาก อร่อยนะมากค่ะเก่งจะชอบเก่งหน้าทานเก่งที่ตัก
So at this point, most of the ceremonies have wrapped up now, and the master monk and his other associate are now meeting with some of the people, and sometimes they're still praying, they're passing merit, and this girl was sitting beside us just playing. There's a few kids having a good time. This is my newfound friend Coin. I think it was spelled Koin. Anyhow, how do I describe what he said? He basically is he's from the village. He's kind of a facilitator to assist the master monk, procuring the tents, the chairs, anything that's needed to help put this thing together. And in chatting with him, he said, make sure if you're coming back to make pizzas next year that you contact me, because I miss Pizza Day, and pizzas are really appreciated out here, and they're kind of pricey. So a super good guy to chat with, and I enjoyed meeting and chatting or talking to him. So the next batch of slides is just me wandering around, catching some candid shots of the monks intermingling with the people. Sometimes around there, they didn't come up to the stage where the area where they were seated, and they would just meet them in the crowds and then pass on some merits. Merit can be service, can also be a financial donation, and from what I understand, this guy is quite capable of, making things happen. When he first came to the monastery here, it was in a bit of a need for repair, and he has managed to find funding to repair, get things up to par. We haven't actually even looked at the watts and the facilities there. We'll make another trip where we can look at, because there's some neat structures going on here. But the people love him. And from what I understand from talking with Noon, he's a fairly famous monk for this area. So this is where I had my great epiphany. I've taken these pictures of all these roosters here and my brain starts putting everything together. Back when we were in Ayutthaya looking at that King's Monument, when you get there, it is completely surrounded with roosters, because that was the year that the king was born, in the year of the rooster. And all of a sudden I'm like, hey, famous king, place completely surrounded by roosters everywhere. This must be the same guy. And that's when I sat and chatted with the local, and they straightened me out saying, yep, indeed. So that was the girl that was sitting beside us when we first arrived. She was in the table with another gal in traditional garb. Now at this stage, everything is kind of wrapped up, and I'm just wandering around taking candid shots. These kids later on perform in front of the people. I just love the colors on these merit platforms, or whatever you want to call them. It's where all the offerings are made. All the colors and stuff that are on there, I just find it mind-boggling. And this is the master monk and his other buddy there. They're now leaving, and people are stopping, and they want to get pictures of them and stuff like that. So I'm just doing my bit, catching folks as they're saying goodbye, and then now the music has started to crank out, and then people get into the whole dancing thing, and man, I'm trying to walk back to where we were sitting, and this woman drags me in and starts dancing with me, and I got to keep an eye on Sherry, because I don't know what she's gonna say. And then a little while later, there's some gal tries to give me her baby, and so it was pretty crazy. So anyhow, it was a wonderful day. They seem to like peanut butter. Once again, we get out there at the grassroots level and we meet people. We learn more about the culture, and I think that's one of the key things when you come here. You got to learn about the culture. And speaking about culture, this is Noon's papaya salad station. So she's been cranking out loads and loads. Look at this. So there you go. Boom. Papaya salad. That'll disappear in a second, and now they're just beating it all up. And I come in and I kind of give you a once-over. Now, I ate Noon salad, and it's about at the threshold, and I didn't put any sauce on because it would have burned me. So I'm going to walk you through this. So right now she's pounding in there. Those are a bunch. She just grabs a handful of bird's eye chilies, and she just keeps bashing them to get all that hot, burning juice out of it into the bottom of that. Is that the mortar? I think so. Or is that the pestle? I don't know. In the bottom of the wooden bowl. And then I've asked her what that is, and it's palm sugar, and it's kind of the consistency of honey. And you'll see, they just grab a scoop of this. Same thing, they reach in that little bowl off to the upper left corner. That's dried chilies. That goes in there as well. That's a local sausage. It's quite mild in flavor, something like the Vietnamese. And they throw in all of those limes, squeeze them out there, and then they leave the lime in there as part of the pounding thing. Now, you're not going to eat that lime, but some of the zest as they pound it up is going to transfer into the salad. Then a couple handfuls of just like small cherry-type tomatoes. Those get all squeezed and bashed in there. And over there, now she's adding in, this is fermented fish sauce. And also fish sauce gets put in there. And some soy sauce. That little bag that you see on the right-hand side, that's grated fresh papaya. So it's like they use papayas when they're green. So that's me just getting a close-up of what that was so I could identify, because I didn't quite understand. I saw the bottle of fish sauce over to the side, but that's fermented. There you go. Just grab a handful of that papaya, throw it in there, smashy, and then it just gets all beaten up and then thrown in that tray. Like I said, I had it. It was delicious. I absolutely love this salad, but I didn't take any of the juice in the pan, like from what I put the salad on the plate. I only took the salad, and I didn't add extra sauce or juice to the top. And my lips were on fire for 10 minutes after I ate it. So it's great, though. So things are starting to ramp up. We've cleaned up the papaya station, and we're getting ready to go. The folks are starting to get more on the dance carpet. We saw a couple of tasty beverages flying around, so I imagine the alcohol is showing up. And yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I had a great time. And now the last bit of this is just me doing some final snapshots of the people that were closer. This is the lady that was trying to get me to hold her daughter. And then a few shots as we wrap up the day. Final goodbye to the younger monks and all the cooking ladies saying goodbye. And yeah, that's it.